Preparation for a pro soccer game is more than just practicing with coaches and teammates. Continuous physical and mental preparation all the way up to the referee's starting whistle are essential. Keeping up energy levels during the match is another challenge. Jackie McCord from the Supersport United Football Club provides us with some valuable insight.
As the team physiotherapist, tell me about the actual preparation that you do.
Well, if I take a match situation, what we'll do is beforehand, just to get them loosened up, maybe in a hotel or at the match grounds. And then we'll tape up the ones that need to be taped, and those who have got injuries, we'll sort them out. But that will be most of our preparation before. Then rest of my duties would be during the match if there's injuries with the team doctor.
Tell me about some of the products that you give to them during the matches.
I feel I can see that, for instance, at times that players starting to fade a little bit towards the end of the first half. Then I will assess and say to them, listen, take a little bit extra, you need a little bit more legs. And that is when I would give him a Vuma gel or a Sata gel, depending on what I see his need is.
So how do you actually know that they need all the gels? Because to me, watching the game, they all look fit.
We get to know our players very well. So you get to know exactly who's playing up and who's not.
Ewan also met up with striker Glenn Selman. The 33-year-old Zimbabwean-born team member has extensive European experience and it's his 7th year in the team.
Glenn, take us through a match day. What is it all about, from when you wake up to when you go to bed?
I generally try to get up early and have a breakfast. I think for your energy levels it's good to have a breakfast, lunch and a dinner, depending on when you're playing. Then on the ways in matches we generally get the USN products and start loading up on them. Then the game, warm up before the game starts. Hopefully we're winning, but just on USN product wise we replenish after the game, during the game, and sometimes I'm home at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Let's talk about some of the products that you use during a match. I mean, do you use gels at all? Jackie
gives me these things, obviously, so you can see if I'm struggling or not. There's the Sata gel and the Vuma gel. Sometimes you feel that you don't need it, but it doesn't harm to put it in. I mean, you obviously will benefit from it. Certainly last season I used a lot of them, and I think that did me good.
The South African Premier Soccer League is grueling. During the 2010-2011 season, the 16 teams competing played no less than 240 matches and scored a whopping 602 goals.
But then, what goes through your mind if you are in the lead and it's the last few minutes of the game?
Well, especially in the South African game, if you're up 1-0, it becomes very hectic. Just to be honest, with us as a striker, you generally just you just drop in and try to defend as much as you can, where contrary you should be pushing more forward and attacking, but we generally just run as hard as we can, and hopefully those Vuma gels kick in.
What does your body feel like after a game, because you guys cover some crazy distances?
I never feel it too badly the next day. It's always the second day after the game is well, scientifically I think it's the worst day, so, and I do get pretty stiff anyway, especially getting older now.
Thus, it is important to build natural stamina. Forwards like Glenn run 8 to 10 kilometers in a game, and midfielders 12 kilometers for about 3 minutes of ball time in a 90-minute game.
Now, how fit do these guys actually have to be to compete in these tournaments?
The amount of running that they do, the amount of sprinting that they do, and also the contact, not forgetting that soccer is a contact sport, sort of takes its toll on the body. So sort of our pre-season is a time to prepare them for that, get them up where we want to, and try and maintain it through the season when we get there and work on sort of a few individuals here and there.
Does the training differ at all for someone like Glenn, who's playing a forward, to some of the guys playing at the back?
Specificity is the key in the modern game and in this age. It has to be specific to where they're going to play and to what we're going to encounter on the match days. And then you take it a step further though, I may have a 19-year-old centre forward and then I've got a 30-year-old, 31-year-old centre forward. Their training is also going to differ though. They can tolerate different stresses, so it becomes quite involved.
When it comes to supplementation, there's sometimes a lot of talk that supplements are viewed in the same light as performance-enhancing drugs. What is your take on that, and how careful are you when it comes to the use of supplementation for your players?
Everyone's trying to get the maximum advantage in sport, so being as commercial as what it is, everyone's trying to look for any shortcut they can, so we're very, very strict in what we take. And that's why a product like USN that's been tested is tested every month. It gets tested in the UK with all their professionals. It's very important, and that's sort of why we linked up with somebody like that.
Now, for you as the trainer, what products would you recommend for your players?
The product I'd recommend, I'm going to have to go two over here. It's a tie for first place, is the Epic Pro and then the Sata Gel. Starter gel because of the caffeine content in it. It's been proven and formulated and extensively that caffeine does add an ergogenic advantage to you. So I need anything that my players can use to make them better, run more, tackle more, jump higher, whatever. Epic Pro as well stabilizes blood sugar with the Vitago and the Pepto Pro. So those are the two that I'm going to go with.
It's the challenges that face teams like these that inspires USN to continually refine their formulations to ensure that each athlete is getting world-class nutritional supplementation during training and in competition.